check. 1, 2, 3. Everybody here, everybody there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hip, hop, hippity hip. I have no idea. Let's bring in LinkedIn now. We're going to get started here in a minute. Uh-oh. That's what happens when you put it on battery. All right. Okay. Hold on. Da-da-da. Let's see. I thought there was more battery life in that. All right, let's get going here. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek, and you got me. And today we're going to take a look at this. This is the Uno Synth. This is a device that allows you to make music and rock and roll out there, or whatever you want to do. So Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, saw the socials right there. You can definitely come and say hi, and we are live right now, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm going to have to hear myself a little bit, so I'm just going to do this. And of course, if you want to check out my shop, that's over at Amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. Let's get over there really quick and hit that button right there. And then if you go over there, that's where you're going to find me. Of course, all the videos we're going live. I didn't pull up that page, so we'll just have to do it over the shoulder. You can check out the photos, check out the videos, and then all the videos that I've recorded. And then, of course, all the unboxings, it'll be right there, right on the page over at amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. Today we're going to take a look at this, not that, but we're going to take a look at this thing right here. This is the IK Multimedia Uno Synth, which is a great, we'll turn this down a little bit, which is a great little device that will help you make music. And the best part about this is it's your own music. And in all reality, you could do this with a touch of a finger and just a little bit of time to work with it and play with it and learn how to use it, and you could be making music that you could use for yourself. Just have some fun, maybe have some friends over and have a party, just bounce it, or do some DJing out there. You can put it into your systems. You can hook this up if you're a musician. You can hook this up into your gear and allow to create new sounds and new songs and all that other good stuff, and then turn around and make new beats. You can use it for podcasts. You can use it for live streams. You can, like this one right now. It's royalty free. It's copyright free, and it's your music. So you do with it what you want to do with it. Now, last week, what we did was we unboxed the Uno drum, which you'll see that video shortly on the channels here as we're going. And that's what you're hearing right now. It's the Uno drum that's right here. Let's just move this for a second. And this is part of a whole system of drums and devices that you can get from IK Multimedia. IK Multimedia has a whole bunch of stuff, from these types of mixers to keyboards to devices to microphones. I think I have this one right here. This is the IK Multimedia HD mic, handheld microphone that you can plug into your computer via USB and work from there. Let's set that down. And then, of course, they have the IK Multimedia Stream. They have just a whole bunch of great stuff that you can use to not only make your music, but also make podcasts, make live streams, and improve your audio. And we've done many videos. You can check that out over at the pages. Just search for IK Multimedia, and you'll find a lot of cool stuff. Let's change the beat here a little bit. Oh, that's the kit. I don't know if let's do this one. And I don't know, can you hear that? Oh, I muted it, that's why. There we go. There we go, now we've got it going. So everybody cheer for that. So anyway, so today we're gonna show you how to do this and how it's easy. Like for instance, right now I can change how this all sounds. Let's just kind of change up the sound here a little bit. And then we'll change up some of the tom sounds. As you can hear, I'm making some minor adjustments. There we go. And let's just do this one. There we go. So as you can see, it's very easy to set up a sample, set up a beat and everything like that, and go from there. So, but what we're going to do today, we're gonna stop this now. We're going to bring this down to 0, and we're going to move this to the side because we're going to focus more on the synth here, which is in the box. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way, and let's take a look at some of the features of the Uno Synth first. It's a 2 oscillator keyboard style unit that gives you a multi-mode filter. It gives you 2 octaves of multi-touch through this system. It's fully programmable, so you can make as much music as you want. It's set up for a PC or a Mac. It can also go through your iOS device, and it is gives Midi connection, which means that if you've got a computer, or if you've got a keyboard or anything like that, and you've got Midi pass-through on there, you can connect this up to the keyboard and add to whatever device, whatever Midi device you have this connected up into. So same thing with the drum. I could hook this up through MIDI into a drum, something that gives more drum sounds, and just kind of turn this into something new, or bring in the audio through a channel and add this into my beats. I could actually be playing to some of these drum beats through my drum set, through all the electronics there. So, and that's pretty cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. So the possibilities are endless. Plus, we have the ability to take the drum module and hook it up with the synth and actually make a music station. And that's what we're going to be doing in the weeks to come. We're going to be making some music as we go, you know. And like I said, this could be for live streams, this could be for podcasts, it could, and the best part about this is it's your music, it's your creations. Are they real? Yes. I do know. So anyway, let me do this really quick. A lot of people are emailing me at this point. Let's just say for an hour. There we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get into this and take a look at this. Let's open up this Uno synth right now, right here. So gotta go. Let's just basically bring this in like this. Open that up. And I'm gonna move this out of the way a little bit more, as much as I can. It's tethered right now. Battery's kind of died on it. So open it up, and there we are. We've got, it's showing you everything that's going to be in the Uno synth. And if we raise this up, we're going to have some cables and batteries right here in the front. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull these out really quick. There we go. It's a nice big piece of cardboard right there. And then we'll go ahead and take out the batteries. We got 4 batteries, and we got a plethora of cable. Let's just let's get everything out of the box, and then I'm going to show you all the cables. So we got that, and then inside here is the main unit. Nice plastic right here. We've got the synth. We got a card with the registration information. You don't want to lose that. And then, of course, we have the synth how to set up guide. It's in a foldable piece of paper here. That you can also get this online if you want to. It's going to tell you everything that you need to know, from regulatory to how to start a thing up. And of course, it's going to be in a few different languages. So let's set that to the side. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take this, and we're going to put this back. We're going to set this down, and we're going to close this up. And Data Cook says afternoonish. So afternoonish to you. So there we are. That's what's in the box. And now fly, be free. It's off to see the wizard. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and give this an opening. Let's go over here and open it up here. Let's take a look at our cables first of all. First, we have the four AA batteries that come with it. Now you can run this off of battery power, or you can connect it up and run off the USB power like I am with the drums. I was playing some drum samples before I got online so some of the people could watch, and the battery kind of died, so I had to hook that up really quick. Now we'll just leave those to the side here. These right here, let's zoom in on this really quick. This is the MIDI cables that come with the synth. It also came with the drum. So basically these are 2.5 millimeter stereo style cables. You don't want to plug them into anything other than this unit because it'll do nothing. But on the other end, you have what's called a 5-DIN connector, which is what MIDI cables usually have. And that hasn't changed for many, many years. So they kind of look like really old keyboard style cables, but you know, they're meant for, of course, MIDI. 5-DIN, so it's 5 pins here. And IK Multimedia has been using these as of recent for different devices, such as the Uno Synth. I know I have the Pro IO Duo that also has the MIDI input and output from there, so you can patch through MIDI. And that way, if you don't need these MIDI cables, you can set them to the side and store them. Or if you use them a lot, you just plug them in. And I'll show you how they plug in from there. Next up is the other cable that we have. Is a standard. This is going to be USB 2.0. This is a standard 2.0 micro to USB-A cable. Of course, if you have different style connection like a USB-C or something like that, you'll have to get a different adapter cable for that. And if you are connecting to an iOS device, you are going to need your adapter cable. In this case, we have the USB-C to USB-A because I'm going to be connecting it up to my iPad Pro. So just for kicks and giggles, and since we have to do it anyway, I'm just going to plug it in like this and go from there. So we'll plug it into the iPad, and then we can also plug it in the computer. I haven't been able to download the software yet, simply because of the fact you have to register the product to download the software. So let's go ahead and zoom this out a little bit, and now let's get into opening this thing right here. And so here we go. Pull out the plastic. There we go. We'll set that aside. This is the unit right here in a nutshell. And as you can see, this is all press button. And it's not like a chiclet key or anything like that. It's basically touch. You will not feel any erased buttons or anything like that. This just it feels like a glass console. Even though it's not glass, it's all plastic, of course. We have dials on top. We have buttons all here, and I'll show you what this is. But the bottom button, this is all the sequencer right here. And this works kind of like a keyboard in an interesting way, and we'll talk about that as we go. Let's go through the rest of this, and then we'll plug it in. This will start to make more sense. We'll zoom in a little bit here. And there's nothing on the front, there's nothing on the sides or the bottom, except for the battery case where you would put in your AA batteries. Let's take a look at the back. This is where everything is going to be the most important stuff here. So first of all, we have the power. You have battery power switch or USB switch. So if you have batteries in here, of course, you'll want to go battery. And if you're connecting it up to a computer or just using the USB as power, you'll want to switch it over there. Next up, actually, I think you can use it as battery and still use the USB to go into the computer or iPad or anything like that. Next up is the USB micro. So you'll plug that into the computer. You'll plug that into the iPad through here. Then we have our Midi connections, our Midi in and our Midi out. Remember those cables I was showing you earlier? So they would plug in simply like that. And then you would plug that into your 5-DIN connector. That would then go to your other device, like your keyboard or your drum sampler or whatever. You have Midi in, you have Midi out, so you can send stuff in and you can bring stuff out as well, which is pretty cool. Going over to the other side here, we have an in and an out. Now these are just basic headphone style amps. So if you're using this all by itself, just doing some beats on a plane or at a park or something like that, you got the batteries in, you can put your headphones into the out right there and listen. If you've got like the drum machine, or maybe you've got MP3s or something like that, you're bringing them in to kind of play with certain sounds and beats, you would put that into the in port, of course. So just like an auxiliary in right there. All right. And that is the device in a nutshell really quick. So let's go ahead. And first of all, what we're going to do, I already have the Uno Synth software on the iPad. So we're going to make this easy and do the iPad software. We're going to take the audio that you heard when I was doing the drum machine stuff, and I've muted that now, so I'm going to unplug that. And I'm going to bring that. Hopefully I won't drop the cable when I do this. There we go. I'm going to bring that over here, and I'm going to plug this into the out jack. Now, of course, we've got no power, so nothing's going to happen here. That's where this is going to come in. I'm going to plug this into the power here. It's going to be taking power from the iPad in this case, so make sure that your iPad does have, is charged up enough. This is at 100%, so this should be good for a while. And we'll plug that in, and then we'll flip this over to the USB button because we have no batteries in here. Now this is already saying calibrating and checking out everything. It's going to connect up to the iPad app, which is saying waiting for the Uno. I might have to relaunch the app here. Let's just do that really quick. I'll do that by closing this out and opening it back up. We don't even need to connect this up to an app, but we do. And as you can see, we've got that set up here. So now I think if I just hit play, maybe we'll already have a sound here. We will. Watch this. How cool is that? And since it's all coming from now, we have it hooked up to the iPad, so we can make all our changes from the iPad, or we can turn that off and just make the changes from here. Now, as you heard, we had the little sequence here. Let's pull that up. This is set up like a keyboard, and this can do up to 2 octaves, like I said before. So as you can go, we got a low C to a regular, or mid C to high C. That's your range. There's all the sharps and flats up there. Actually, it's not a high C, it's a D. So it's basically 2 octaves plus 2 more notes after that. So now that's it. Basic, very, very, very basic. But we can do a lot more with this because we have all these options up here. Like for instance, we can do some demos, and that was a demo sequence that we had. Let's go over here. So you can hear a little bit better. Modern Name Family Man says, hey, how you doing? So this is one way we can do this. We can record new sequences as we go, but we'll just leave this at that right now. So we'll stop that off. And let's go ahead and play with some of these settings really quick. So we first have the waves over here. The oscillator. So you can hear how I changed that from a triangle wave to a saw wave to a pulsating wave. So we have those 3 options right here. Let's go right there. And our wave 2. Some differences there. Go down to the triangle. There you go. Next one is a tuning. So we don't have to stay in those octaves. We can actually tune this puppy to different sounds. And then the tune 2. Now, like I said, there's 2 oscillators on here. So if we hold down this button right here, oops, there we go. That's going to give us more options for the oscillation. That's the level underneath. So the first one on this is wave, and then underneath it is level. So we can change the volume of this. There we go. Next one is the next level. We can go up to 127, all the way down to off. We'll go like that. Next one is the amount of noise. Turn off the noise. Thanks, Solo Dolo. Love you too. And then finally we have the hold of the OSC. Let's get a nice sound. There we go. Which I don't think we have any option here. That'll depend on which patch you have running there. So we've got that in the OSC. Next up was we got filter. We can change the mode. Let's get some more volume on this so you can hear. And then we got resonance. You hear this little wahoo. Isn't that cool? And then we can change our drive. Not a drive. No drive. What's up? So put it right about there. And then our environment amount. There's no environment there. Let's move it up. If we hold down the filter button, now we can go to a secondary mode. And it's all going to tell you if there is a secondary line, it's still the mode, resonance, drive, and environment amount from there. Let's go to the third one. This is the environment. This is the attack. And then we've got our decay. Now you're not seeing this, but I have this hooked up to the iPad, and you see right here, you see as I'm moving this, it's moving that dial as well. So I can actually change the decay. Was it this one? Yeah. I can change the decay as we go right here. But if I start changing this dial, it'll come back, it'll snap back to what this dial says. So this, if you're going to use this between the two, I'd always try and use these dials before I use these dials, or else things will get kind of confusing. This one is, we're on the attack. And then this last one is the release. We hold the button down. Notice that the decay is now happening on this top one, as opposed to here, where it's now happening on the bottom of the two. So as you can see, we've got a lot of different options here. We got the LFO. That should be down. Oh, it's over here. We want it. What waveform do we want? Nice little sharp waveform. We're going to change the rate. And then the attack. Pitch, I'm sorry, excuse me. And then filter. And of course, if we hold this down, I don't think, this is only one channel, so holding it down, there's no secondary channel there. So, all right, so that's in a nutshell what we have different here. We also have some extra buttons here: dive, scoop, vibrato, I'm guessing, wah, tremolo, and hold. Up here, let's get back over here. Up here is we have some buttons. Let's see. We've got a data button going up and down, and that's just changed the data. We have a directory button, which basically just killed our sound. Let's go back over here. There we go. There's a nice sound. We can do a scale, chromatic. Our glide. have an alternate and things like the metronome we can bring in and out, but we also have some alternate buttons here, like the tune. Over here, yeah, on the drum, that had one. So let me just double check here. Okay. So these bottom buttons here do have functions. I'm just trying to figure out where the alt is. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, that was right. So you hold down the alt and it starts on metronome, which we have off. So let's say we want to do sync. We want to sync. This is for the internal, which means that if you're not hooked up to a computer, the sound's going to come through here. If I go, oops, if I go to USB, now it's patching through on the iPad or the computer. But since we're going through this cable over here, we want to go internal. So it has USB and it has EHT as well. I'm not 100% sure what EHT is, but anyway, now we've got the patch. You can hear what's going on with that. So the next one is the Midi connection. This is basically which MIDI channel you want to go through, 1 through 12, and of course that really depends on how you have your MIDI set up on your keyboard, on your drums, or on your computer or whatnot. And then of course the last one is allowing me to get to tone somehow. So maybe there's something I have to do and get that going. So we got a tempo adjustment right here. And then of course volume. So you can have a lot of fun playing with that. Now, the next part is going through and setting up these patterns. Let's see if we can get that going. If I go over to presets here, I can check out all the factory presets if I want to. And we'll load the, no. There we go. On the iPad, we also have the pitch button and a modulation button. And a bunch more, so we can have a lot of fun with this. Now to put in the patterns, that is what we're going to figure out here. So I would probably hit the record button and then go. Now you can hear. All right, so let's go ahead and stop this. Let's get let's clear out or find a sequence. Okay, there's a whole bunch of sequencers here, so let's bring in a sequence. Let's find an area. take out the presets. And we'll start there. We'll hit this button. Maybe. Got the metronome on. We got sync internal, of course, and then of course the MIDI. We're not using the MIDI, so from here, there we go. Should be hearing a metronome. Get a little bit of chaos there. And we can play around with it. There's a lot of things we can do with this. Let's just let's get something else in here. There's a lot of stuff that you just can hit a button, and there it is. Here's a nice one. I can play with that, and I can bring in some drums and go from there. Now, like I said, with the drum, you can also get the drum patch as well. So let's go ahead and stop this. We're gonna mute that, so when I unplug and plug, you're not going to hear that too much. We're going to move the iPad to the side. I'm going to grab, where'd that cable go? There it is. And grab this cable right here. Bring in here. I'll be able, there we go. Let's move the batteries out of the way. Now I can take this. Can patch the drum out on the out plug, so I can, there we go, and I can bring this in here. So now here you go. You can't hear a thing, can you? I suppose it would help. I suppose it would help if I actually brought in the music there. There we go. So now I can have some fun. only thing that this won't do is it will not, from these two cables, it will not sync. But I bet if you use these cables and brought them in from here into here, that they would then do some sort of sync. And I'm not going to play with that just yet because I haven't learned how to do that right now. But as you can see, we now have the drums running from this side, and we're bringing it over to this side. And then, of course, patching it out. So you can have some fun with this, different drum beats. You can create songs over here, and then just have some fun with it. Touching these keys are just like with this one, are fairly easy and require almost no effort. So you don't need to smash on the keyboard to get to them. And of course, changing things out is fairly easy. The volume here. And then take out the drums altogether, because we can do it from here and just have some fun. And like I said, if I had this patched in right, then I could probably get this to sync the drums and the tempos with each other, and that's a little bit more on the complex side of things. But the idea of this is to allow you to make some music and have some fun with it. Now, something like this, I could then hook up to my drum set or guitar or keyboards and play along with this pattern, and I can create more complex patterns as we go. And I can do that through the iPad. I can also do that through the computer with the Uno Synth apps that you can get from IK Multimedia, because they have all the apps there that you can use to create this music and make your choices, and even make your changes from there. So you have a full range of everything that you want to do right there. And we're not in sync on this, but totally got it back. So I can do a tab sync. There we go. Yeah, we're at 138. So we'll go to 138 right here. Oops, went to the wrong button. There we go. I did that wrong. It's not totally synced up, but you get the idea. You can play with some of the sounds. There we go. Missed it. Close. Close, close, close. There we go. Okay, a couple of these are, they're different tempos, so that's kind of playing on that whole mismatch there. But as you can see, I was doing a lot of stuff. I was using the iPad a little bit to make some changes, and then of course I was using it from here, because you definitely don't need to have the iPad loaded up. You definitely don't need to have any of this. You could have batteries in these or plugged in. You can use the USB cables into a plug of 5 amp type style, so you can plug them into like a charger or anything like that and get some sounds from here. We were doing some very basic stuff because this is the first time I got my hands on these buttons over here. I've been playing with the drum for about a few days now, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to properly patch this together, make sure that it can do it, and then figure out how these can work together. Because we still have one more thing to unbox, and that's this thing right here. This is the Synth Pro, and we're not going to do that today. We'll do that in another live stream. But adding this into the mix can even expand this to a little bit more of maybe of what you want, different ideas and different sounds and different patches. Bring them into songs we have not even tried yet. So let's turn this down a little bit. So we haven't gotten to that point of actually bringing this in and making a full song yet. We've just been playing with just kind of some dance stuff, and I guess I don't know, is that called EDM? I don't know. But I can figure out how to make songs from that, and that's what we're going to do every single Tuesday. Is we're going to take stuff and we'll bring in other things as we go that add to this to make a song. Because once again, it's not stuff like this can be used in the background for any type of podcast, in the background for any type of live stream, in the background for even if you have like a live show or something like that. You can bring this in, even if you're bringing in, let's just stop this. Even if you're bringing in a basic beat, let's find one really quick. Like that. We'll even and then we'll bring in a snare. Like that. Just have some fun with that. Simple like that. And then bring in some sound from there. So that's all I got for you today. We're really working on getting these. We're going to work on getting these patched together so we can make some awesome music together, and bring that in. And as you saw, we set that up for the with the iPad, but you can definitely use a Mac or PC to get you going from there. Joe's going, "Hey Jeff, hey Joe, how you doing?" And Joe just followed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Of course, if you want to follow me, feel free to do so over at amazon.com/shop/Geekazine, and go from there. So like I said, we're going to be doing this every single Tuesday at about 2 p.m. Eastern for the next few weeks, before I take my trip to Florida, because I'm going to be speaking at a conference, and then we're going to be doing a Disney cruise, and that's pretty cool. Of course, you can watch me. I'm going to try and get on a regular in the afternoons during the week for the next couple weeks to show off some other products and, of course, some other tech as well. So let's get a good beat in here. Something a little bit more. There we go. Nice little beat right there. What tempo are we at? 122, 119. Let's match this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice little beat right there. Joe says you're awesome. Thank you very much. I try. We got a lot more coming very soon, so you can check everything out over at Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in the Geek. And you can follow me on all the socials, and of course follow the little button down there. Appreciate that very much, because you'll know when I'm going to be on next doing stuff like this and having some fun. So thanks a lot for watching this hour right here. Feel free to tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' friends' dogs, and get over here on amazon.com/shop/Geekazine or amazon.com/live. Check out some of the other live streamers. There's a lot of good friends that are doing some great stuff and showing you some great products here. In the meantime, this was the Uno series, the Uno drum machine, and then the Uno synth. And of course, we're going to be doing the Uno Pro. Probably next week we'll be unboxing and showing you how the Uno Pro works from there. So other than that, we'll beat you out here, as in sounds and everything like that. And you guys geek out. Thanks a lot for watching. You've been watching Geek Tech Talk Live. I'm Jeffrey Powers. going to play for a little bit longer if you guys want. Just feel free to say something in the chat there. I'm just going to turn off a couple others. Thanks a lot for watching. Try and find some Midi cables around here. I'll be right back. Anyway, so let's do this. So it looks like that the drums do come in with the MIDI in some situation here. You can hear those claps. So now it's trying to figure out how I can make my own songs with the Uno synth. So that's just the Uno synth going right now. I can definitely bring in a drum beat through the 3.5mm cable, but as you can see, that takes a little bit of practice to get this on the right spot. So as you can see, it's a little bit of work. So we're gonna go back into the regular stuff here, and then go from there. So thanks a lot for watching the Uno synth. We're gonna be doing this next Tuesday, and I'm gonna definitely be playing with this in the meantime, trying to get this all figured out from here and there. So thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out. Take care. You've been watching Geek Tech Talk Live.